Okay, what's going on, Garrett? 9 o'clock straight up. I'm not going to wait. We're just going to roll. Yes. What's up, Chris? Ducky said, I have no idea. I could pretend like I know, but I'm not even going to pretend. I'm just going to say, I hope that was something nice. And right back at you. Juan Soto. Hey, Todd Hundley. How cool is that? Todd Hundley. Oh, good. I got the right back at you part right. Todd Hundley autograph. I dig it. Is Todd Hundley numbered? He's not. Dodgers. Todd Hundley. I like it. Brent. Anderson. Wow. Joe Adele. Leote. I like those. What's going on, Scott? What's up, Eric? Let's go, Mets. We're trying something different. Oh, look. San Francisco Giants, Buster Posey. Duval, Blackburn, Varsho. Not Duval, Varsho. Sam Huff, red, class 2. Get a sleeve and top load on that. Ichiro, Ricky Henderson. Trevor Story, black. There's a black class 2, Alex Kirilloff. What's going on, Adam? Brady Singer. Hank Aaron. Chris Bryant, he's a Giant. Sixto Sanchez, black border. Nick Madrigal, purple out of 99. So that is a class 1. That was class 2. I was wrong. No, it's hard to believe. If we hit a Garrett Cole, it'll be worth a little less tonight. What happened? What did I miss? Why will a Garrett Cole be worth less tonight? Was there a baseball game tonight? What? I missed the game? What happened? Darn it. Darn this working at the shop all the time. We don't LMAO, as you know. What's the score of that game? Joe Adele. Lewin Diaz gave up 2 homers, man. Dang, what's the score of the game? Somebody tell me. I know watchy. Huh. Okay, you're supposed to be 3. What's up, Rick? 3-1 in what inning? Just goes to show it could happen to the best of them. Could happen to the best of them. Well, and I'll be honest with you, I was never overly impressed with him either. I didn't think based on, I don't know. Going to New York is tough. Let's just say that. Francisco Lindor. Black border, Clayton Kershaw. A red chipper. Red chipper, 29 out of 75. So that is a Class 1 Chipper Jones. Red. Huff. Rizzo. Willie Mays. Black. Class 2. Darvish. Walker Buehler. Blue out of 99. So that is a Class 2. And I'm just getting everything wrong tonight. That's what happens. Hank Aaron. Man, the glare tonight. Dang. Chris Bryant. Joe Adele. Alec Bohm. Trevor Story. Class. We're not pounding those too hard because, as always, we're sleeving all those. So it's all going to get sleeved anyway. Sixto Sanchez. Oh, look at that. Sweet Mamma Jamma. Wow. Is that numbered? Cal Ripken Jr.? That's not numbered? Where am I missing the number on this card? I feel like that should be numbered. Am I wrong? Don't you think that should be numbered? Oh, it's like /25, huh? Sweet Fancy Moses. I like it. You can never have too many Cal Ripken Jr. autographs. Sweet Fancy Moses. I don't know what that means. Is that you, Adam? Congratulations. Good for you. Good for you. I like it. Good things happen to good people. If good things never happen to you, you know why? Because you suck. That's why. Because you suck. I hate to be the one to tell you this. I hate to be the one to tell you this, but if in your life nothing good ever happens, it's because you suck. Stop sucking, and things will get better. You know? I never get a hit. I never get anything in any breaks. Well, probably because you suck. That doesn't even work. Oh, my Lord, Scott. At least you could get the beat correct. Cal Ripken doesn't work in there.
Is this another sleeve thing?
Yeah. But just leave it and sort it tonight, and then tomorrow we'll double check and bag it. So that way we can get out of here.
Katie, start working on food. I gotta run through this videos real quick. Oh, she brought me on the computer, but then I bring me all the pieces.
Aaron Judge. You gotta get the song right, dude. Black Shohei Ohtani. Black border Don Mattingly. This guy hasn't been around for a while, so I got to give him grief. Jose Ramirez. That's what happens when you don't show up for a while. Then you come back like a house on fire. You're going to catch grief. Out of 75, 73 out of 75, because it's our way. Jose Ramirez, Class 1 red. Willie. Look, Bryce Harper. Look, a blue Jacob DeGrom. We'll see what he is in it here in a sec. Scott's cussing me under his breath right now. Well, actually, he could be doing it out loud. I mean, no one's going to know, right? $93 out of 99. I mean, on top of everything else, you basically desecrated the Joey Bart song. So, you know. That's somebody on the back. That's somebody on the front. And that is Jose Garcia in the middle. Jose Garcia in the middle. That's strange. What's up, Scott? Scotty H. It's a good thing everyone can handle this group, man, because if you can't, you know, it's no fun. It is no fun. It's the NFL. Walker Bueller. Bobby Dolbeck. Class 3 black. That should get a sleeve and a top loader. And so it shall. Sleeves and top load. Oh, sub 500. Oh, got thrown out home plate. Nothing wrong getting thrown out home plate. Ryan Mountcastle. He's a better player getting thrown out at home plate than I will ever be. Class 1 out of 150. Class 3 black. Class 1 black. Wow, I can't even see it. Bo Bichette is a /2 blue. Scott DeFranco Norton, where have you been? Have you been plying your trade elsewhere? Have you been? I'll be honest with you and tell you that the ideal scenario for the Giants would be to meet the Braves in the NLCS. That would be the ideal scenario. I do not believe the Braves have any chance against the Giants if they're facing each other in the NLDS. I really don't. I think it's a 5-game series, maybe. No, I was actually asking the other Scott where he's been. I know where you've been. I've seen the video. You shouldn't post that kind of stuff. Cal Ripken Jr. Dane Dunning. Now, Duck. No one's getting banned. No one's getting banned. Nobody getting banned for having fun. Hey, all I have to say is if the Braves get past the Brewers and then they get past whoever wins out of the Giants and Dodgers, they deserve to be in the World Series. That's what I'm saying. So if that's what happens, then they deserve it. What's going on, John? Right? I mean that's a pretty hard hill to climb to beat the Brewers and then beat either the Giants or the Dodgers or the Cardinals. I guess it would be the Cardinals. All right. Okay. So, you know, I don't think it's going to be that. I don't think the Cardinals are going to beat the Dodgers. Class 1 black. Class 2 black. I guess I'm in the minority there. Okay, Brian Hayes. And I think it sucks that the Giants and Dodgers, which should be the championship series, are going to meet in the second round, first round. I don't know which round you want to call it. Taylor Trammell. Braves can't win in San Francisco. I've seen them lose. Yeah, I just think the Giants are a much better team than the Braves. A much better team than the Braves. I mean, and I do honestly believe that. Whoops, we didn't look at that. Why am I not looking at cards? Why am I just putting a sleeve and top loader? Purple, Class 1, Don Mattingly out of 99. Taylor Trammell, Class 2, blue. Yep, out of 99. I think the Braves have a shot at beating the Brewers, though, because the Brewers are going backward, not forward. Trey Turner. Alec Boehm and Dontrell Willis. Interesting. Yeah, he was a stud for about a minute. That's true. We are relatives. You don't band your relations. Yeah, that hurts, John. That hurts the. I thought that was a joke, to be honest with you. But when I saw that was real, that hurts them in a big way. I mean, that hurts them in a big way. And I don't know how you make that mistake. You know, I don't know how you make that mistake. I mean, he is such a big deal for them in their, you know, and for the relief corps. I don't know how you make that mistake. And I think that makes them vulnerable. I do think that makes them vulnerable to the Braves. I'm not saying that I think the Braves are a slouchy team. I don't at all. I just think the Giants are a better team. And I you know, Class 3 black. Class 2 black. Dylan. So again, all these are going to get sleeved anyway, guys. All these will be sleeved. Buster Posey. I can't tell you what class that is. No class. Buster Posey. Whatever. I can't see that. I honestly can't. Buster Posey with the different. Tyler Stevenson. Yu Darvish. Class 2, Class 1 black. Anthony Rizzo. Cal's a blue. Let's find out what he is. I think in the National League, as much as I hate to say it, I think the Giants, I think the Dodgers are going to beat the Cardinals. I think the Dodgers, Giants, whoever comes out of that series, and I think that's going to be a dogfight. And it sucks that it's going to be a 5-game series. I think a 5-game series favors the Giants starting out in San Francisco. I think that favors San Francisco. But either team could win that series. And then I think they dispatch I think the winner of that goes on to the World Series for the National League. Ricky Bubich. And the American League, I think who's playing the American League? It's the White Sox and the Astros, right? White Sox and Astros, and then whoever wins this game and the Rays. I think the Rays are coming out of the East against either one of these teams. I think the Rays beat the Yankees, and I think they beat the Red Sox too. You know, I think the White Sox. Here's the problem with the White Sox, in my opinion. This is in my opinion. The White Sox are young enough and cocky enough to not know better, but they're also young enough and cocky enough that if they stumble, they're going to have the hardest time of the four teams getting back up. If they go down to the Astros in a big way right away, they're done, I think. Frank Thomas. Nice for the White Sox. It's got a bad corner, though. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's got a little white on that corner. Hold on one second. So we're going to try to get this with this little, there we go. It's got a tiny touch of white down there out of 50. Did it? I kind of feel like it because I think I made the big hunk joke that I make every single time we pull Frank Thomas that I didn't make this time. I think and that's the problem with the White Sox. The White Sox will either be spectacular in these playoffs or they're going to be out quickly. Oh, Lou Bob. I don't think they're quite there yet to win it all. I still think my gut still tells me that I think the Astros have the advantage. I don't know why. 24 out of 75. This is a Class 1 red. I don't know why my gut tells me that the experience is going to help them a lot. And banging on some garbage cans, you know, that kind of thing. Class 1 black, Tony Gwynn. Class 1 black, Trout and Randy Johnson. Class 2. That's what, you know. So if you're going to ask me right now, who do I favor with the White Sox and the Astros, I favor the Astros. I'm leaning towards the Astros in that series. In 5. I think it goes all the way. Or it goes 3. 97 out of 99. I think if the White Sox swept that first series, whoever they play in the second round for the American League Championship is going to be in a heap load of hurt. Tucker Davidson, because I think then they have their swagger. If they have their swagger because they've quickly dispatched of the Astros, I think they're going to be in the World Series. I don't think that's going to happen. I still think the Rays are the most complete team in the American League. So it's gonna be fun. This is gonna be a tough year. Everybody has been discounting the Giants. Jonathan India, Class 1 black, all year long. They can't sustain the run. They can't sustain the run. Oh, crap, they're going to sustain the run? Well, they still can't hold off the Dodgers. They can't hold off the Dodgers. Oh, crap, they held off the Dodgers. Oh, there's no way they can, even though they beat the Dodgers in the series during the regular season, there's no way they can beat them in the playoffs. There's no way they can beat them in the playoffs. Class 1 black Trammell. Class 2 black Donnie Baseball. The Giants, they're playing well. They played well. You don't win 107 games on a fluke. Now, you could go the way of who won 116 games? Seattle? Is it 116 games they won, or 111 games, or whatever it was? And then they got knocked out in the first round of the playoffs. Randy Arozarena out of 75. So I guess that could happen. But the Giants are good top to bottom. And they're one of their young guys, one of their young relievers was reliever of the month for the month of September. Out of 99, Bobby Dahlbeck, class 1 purple. So there's way too much underestimating of the Giants going on. Way too much. Casey Mize, second in baseball in home runs. Dontrell Willis out of 75, Miami Marlins, and Dontrell. What do you mean? No, they don't. The Giants are deep. The reason the Giants kept winning, Ducky, is not because they had injuries all up and down the lineup. They had people hurt all over the place, but they have redundancies everywhere. They have redundancies at every position, like 3 deep redundancies at every position. That's how they sustained what they're sustaining. I mean, Brandon Belt went down, and Brandon Belt was the hottest player on the team when he broke his finger, and they didn't ever skip a beat. They just put somebody else in it first and kept on rolling along. They are deep everywhere. They can afford for people to be hurt. The only one that would really hurt them if he got hurt is Buster Posey, because Casali is not a very good, but though he's been pretty good. I mean, Giants are deep. That is a deep team. Rizzo. Class 1 black Nick. There's Taylor Trammell again. I honestly have not seen a team as deep as they are in quite a while. I mean, just so many. That's the best word for it, is redundancies. They have guys who can step in like nearly every position. Which is crazy to me. Yeah, they definitely saved Posey for the playoff stretch. And he's peaking again. He's peaking. Crawford's playing crazy. Sixto Sanchez. It's going to be the Miami Marlins break. Grossly underrated. Grossly underrated. Their starting pitching is grossly underrated. Look at how well they performed all year. Grossly underrated. The guy you never hear anybody talking about is the best pitcher in the National League for the last 2 months of the season. I mean, Logan Webb was in that closeout game. Not only did Logan Webb completely and totally shut down the Padres, which is not easy, he had a 2-run home run. He had a 2-run home run. I mean, the Giants are good straight up and down. They've got 4 good starters. Good starters. Better than Jacob. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. Since June 15th, look at the numbers. Since June 15th. That's all I'm saying. Look at the numbers. Numbers don't lie. Acuna. Rafael Devers. I think there's way too much underestimating of the Giants going on. Class 2 black. And I think that the people who underestimate the Giants don't watch them. Randy Johnson. Hey, Vladdy, that's a nice one. Class 1 blue. If you watch the Giants at all, you understand what makes them the team that they are, why they won 107 games, and why they're still the best. They're still, yeah, he's a Shohei for the Giants. They're the best. They're the best team in baseball. That's why they finished. They finished with the best record for a reason. Oh, I think we better take that down. I think we better take that down. I'm not. I'm not sure how you feel about people. This is probably not the right platform to say that. And just so YouTube is aware, I have taken down his little comment there, and I'm sure that it was completely and totally innocent. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Class 1 out of, but his name, you can see his name, Garrick. If you need his address, 136 out of 150. You let me know, and I'll be happy to throw him under the bus. Class 3, Taylor Trammell. 2 out of 50. It's kind of funny, actually. That was a bad autocorrect. But it was an accident. Certainly it was not on purpose. Luis Garcia. If you force me to pick right now, I would say the Giants and the Rays. If you force me to pick right now, the Giants are that good, and they're still playing amazing baseball. There are not only framed autos in this product. Randy. Hank. Ooh, Class 2 red, Vlad Jr. And again, I get that people don't understand that because there's so many East Coast guys. There's so many East Coast guys that don't get it. And the guy who should get more MVP consideration that he's going to get, I'm going to say it again, is Brandon Crawford. And if you don't understand that, it's because you're not watching the Giants. Class 2 out of 1 out of 50. Very nice. You want to talk about clutch. That guy has been clutch the entire year. Just under 300. 24 home runs, 90 RBIs, 29 out of 99 for the best team in baseball. That counts. Because they're voting on the MVP right now, right? They have 3 days after the season. Is that what we figured out? No, we decided. We figured out. Andres Jimenez. I don't think it should be Tatis. I don't think it should be. I don't think it should be. What's his butt from the Phillies? Why can't I think of? Why can't I? Bryce Harper. I think if you're going to give it to the MVP to a guy from a non-playoff team, it should be Juan Soto. But I think that there are deserving players who, on teams that made the playoffs, that should get more consideration than they're probably going to get. And I think you're right. I think Austin Riley does deserve more credit than he's probably going to get. And the Cardinals have Tyler O'Neill probably should get more credit than what he's going to get. So I think you could. I think there's some, you know, some guys that really should get a shake that aren't going to. Class 1 blue, Derek Jeter. Class 1 black, Andrew Vaughn. So we'll see. Class 1 black, Alec Bohm. Class 3 black, Vlad Jr. But there's not a team in the playoffs. There's not a guy that's down for it that would not trade it. If you ask Austin Riley, do you want the MVP or do you want that World Series crown? You know what he's picking. So, yeah, I hate to say it, but Juan Soto was better than Riley. Sorry, he was better. I just think there are deserving guys who made the playoffs that should get it. But I think of those three, I would give it to Juan Soto if you're going to give it to somebody. If those are your top three picks, I think Soto's the best of the three. Scooball. And has had the best season of the three. On a team bereft of other talent. Bereft of other talent. The Padres have a lot of talent. You know? I honestly... I think the season that the Padres have they should count out Tatis because of the season that they had. I'll be honest. You know, I think that should count him out. What I'm saying, Garrick, is if you're going to give it to a losing, but do I think that if you look at Soto, if you factor in the walks and you still take a look at his numbers, they are still absolutely. Do we have a redemption? I think they're absolutely monstrous. You know, I think this is a redemption, guys. What? Are you kidding me? Did we get no autograph? Oh, we did. We got a redemption. All right, so here's a redemption. We're going to put that in the back. Class 1 blue, Tony Gwynn. I think if you're just going straight on, given all the information at hand, who had the best year, I do think it was Juan Soto. I honestly do think it was Juan Soto. Class 3 black. Now, do I think that should be the deciding factor? I do not. That's why I do think Riley should get more of a shake, and O'Neill should get more of a shake, and Brandon Crawford should get more of a shake than what I think they're going to get. You know? You frame dual autograph of Mike Schmidt and holy cow, it's a dual auto. It is a dual auto for the Phillies. Looky. Mike Schmidt and Bryce Harper. Wow. What is this out of? Brett, is that you? Is that you, Brett? Look at that thing. What's that numbered out of? Is that a /5? Wow. I'm jealous. That's a nice one. That's a nice one. That's awesome. Good for you. Tony Gwynn blue. I'm happy that we did that, Brett. Congratulations. That is a nice hit. Man, that's a nice hit. That's a good combo, too. 35 out of 150. Tony Gwynn, Class 1. Class 1 blue. /15. I mean, that's nice no matter what. That's a good one. Well, thank goodness we don't have to rip your heart out, right? That's an awesome one there. Man. Well, I was going to make a joke, but I won't now. I was going to make a joke. Something about the best hitting third baseman ever and the most overhyped player ever on the same card. But I'm not going to make that joke. Not going to do it. Pache. Goldschmidt. Class 1. And I still believe the playoffs should come into play. I understand all the arguments for it, and everyone's right that it's who had the best, it's the regular season MVP, but I think that carries over. Yeah. I still believe that carries over. Ryan Mountcastle. Out of 99. Class 2. Blue. I don't hate Harper. I just think he's overhyped. I don't think he's lived up to all the expectation. That doesn't mean I hate him. I wish he would mature, to be honest with you. Luis Garcia, I think when he finally does grow up, he has a potential to be a Hall of Famer. I don't think he has that potential now. I think everything in his world is about him. And I think when everything in your world is about you, and you underperform, you get what you get. And I do honestly believe he has underperformed. All I can say to you is that, again, that the year after he left the Nationals, they won the World Series. That says to me a lot. But it's not a matter of hate. I would like to see a year where Bryce Harper was actually at his full potential. And how did you pick the team you picked? You picked the team you picked because they paid you the most money. If that's what your decision is, you get what you get. So, well, that's good then. He's matured. I'm happy for him. Class 1 black. But I certainly don't hate him. I mean, I think when the season that he finally lives up to his potential, and I think he'll only have one, he'll probably hit 50 home runs. Drive in 140. And people will say, holy cow, And then that'll be the 1 year that he has. What did he end up on numbers? Where did his numbers end up? 17 out of 75. Mark McGuire. Class 2 purple, including his WAR. What was his WAR as well? I'm always curious now about people's WAR. Not because I think it... I guess it does mean something. I shouldn't say that. It does mean something. But I guess maybe I just don't think it means as much as other people think, I guess. And that's probably my own ignorance, to be quite honest with you. Jose Garcia. Man, why we're getting repeats. Oh man, we haven't had one. Jesse, how are you? I don't think we've had one. Last box mojo. Let's look at something. Let me look at something while you guys are mojoing this. MLB. Let's see who were the stat leaders in 2021. I'm curious who led the league in WAR. So Trey Turner, Vlad and Salvador Perez in home runs. Salvador Perez will not get as much love as he should get for the MVP either. Let me see. How about WAR? Who had the best WAR? Pitching. Oh, batting. All right, stop. So Carlos Correa for Houston had a 7.2 WAR. Wow. Marcus Semien 7.1. Soto was 7.0. It is hard not to like him. And Vlad was 6.8 WAR. Tatis 6.6. Trey Turner 6.5. Where was Shohei? Shohei Ohtani 4.9. Crawford had a 6.1. That's pretty good. Tyler O'Neill had a 6.3. Bryce Harper 5.9. Where's Austin Riley 6.1? Man, a lot of good guys. But Correa had a 7.2. That is pretty amazing. Bryce Harper was the OPS leader. I mean, that's pretty solid too. You can't knock that. Vlad was second. Soto was third. Salvador Perez, Teoscar Hernandez. Wow, Teoscar Hernandez had 132 home runs, 116 RBIs. Time to start buying his stuff up. Devers 38 and 113, man. 2008, right? 2018, I mean. Austin Riley 33 and 107. Hard to argue those numbers. With a 303 batting average. Whew. Ozzie Albies 30 and 106. Yordan Alvarez 33 and 104. Good for him. That's pretty good. Carlos Correa, huh? Man, that was the duels of /10. That is awesome. I mean, looking at those, I see the argument for Bryce Harper. I mean, I do. I see the argument for Juan Soto. I do. When I look at those numbers, I'll be honest with you, I see less of an argument for Shohei Ohtani than I did a month ago. I still don't think he's the MVP. You know, I see the argument for Austin Riley. Makes perfect sense. And his team made the playoffs. I think that makes sense. I think of the guys that they're talking about, the top three, I think Tatis to me is the least of the three that they keep mentioning, and I think Soto is the best of the three. And Soto's a baby too, and so is Tatis, who I think should be the. I still think, I mean not Tatis, Vlad Jr. I still think he should be the MVP. Though if you gave it to Salvador Perez, If you gave the MVP to Salvador Perez, I would say justifiable. I would say justifiable. Oh, I guess his would be, David, if you add his pitching and his hitting, right? I was just looking at straight batting. I do sometimes forget that pitchers sometimes do win the MVP. I do forget that from time to time that happens. 93 out of 150. But I would expected him for all the numbers he put up with a bat for his WAR to be higher. Hey, look at that. Finally got the Dylan. That's taken a long time. That's taken a long time. Yeah, if in the American League, Perez isn't going to win the MVP, but he should be. He should get more consideration than what he's going to get. I'll say that. Whatever that consideration is, I think it wasn't enough. Skewball. Purple. Glad. And I know I'm in the minority on this. I'm just not on the Ohtani wagon. I'm just not. I think Vlad was hugely important to his team all year. I think that for Ohtani, it didn't matter. I think he's probably going to wind up with a bunch of third place votes. Don't you, Rebel? I think that's where he's going to get some numbers. Is going to be a bunch of third place votes. Do I think he's had a good year? Absolutely has. Ohtani has had a good year. Do I think it's a great year? No, I don't. And I still don't buy the argument, well, no one's done it in 100 years, because no one's done it. No one's done it. So I'll stay in the minority on that. Again, no disrespect to him. There ain't no way in hell I'd ever be able to do what he did. But I do think there are other professional athletes who could do that. Walker Buehler, class something. Out of 99, it's a class 2. Jacob deGrom, blue, out of 99, so that's a class 2. Bo Bichette, out of 50, so that's a class 3, blue. Randy Johnson, out of 150, that's a class 1, blue. Taylor Trammell, out of 99, that's a class 2, blue. Cal Ripken Jr., out of 50, that's a class 1, blue, or class 3, blue. Joe Adele, out of 99, that's a class 2, blue. Vlad Jr., out of 150, that's a class 1, blue. Jeez. Taylor Trammell again, two out of 50. What was his other number? Oh, 93 out of 99. 2 out of 50, that's a class 3, blue. Derek Jeter, out of 150, that's a class 1, blue. Tony Gwynn, out of 150, that's a class 1, blue. Ryan Mountcastle, out of 99, that's a class 2, blue. And Ichiro, out of 150, that's a class 1, blue. People talk about historic seasons. When's the last time a 22-year-old had the kind of season that Vlad Jr. just had? And extrapolate those numbers out, saying that he stays healthy, extrapolate those numbers out over his entire career. My goodness. I mean, it just, what it could be. And Ohtani's, Nick Madrigal has 48 out of 99. He's been around for a while, hadn't done anything yet, and so now he's had a good year. I'll believe him more if he's this in 5 years. Out of 99. That's a Class 1 purple. Don Mattingly out of 99. Class 1 purple. Yu Darvish out of 99. Class 1 purple. Randy Arozarena out of 75. That's a Class 2 purple. Bobby Dahlbeck out of 99. That's a Class 1 purple. Cronenworth out of 99. Class 1 purple. Mark McGuire out of 75. Class 2 purple. Again, I sound like I'm down on Ohtani. I'm really not. I just think I just don't think he should get the MVP consideration that I think he's going to wind up with. I just think Vlad had a better year all the way around. Sam Huff out of 50, red, Class 2. Chipper Jones out of 75, red, Class 1. Jose Ramirez out of 75, red, Class 1. Lou Bob out of 75, red, Class 1. And Vlad Jr. out of 50, red, Class 2. But I agree, he is a freak. He is 6'4" and can do a whole lot of stuff. Bobby Dahlbeck, Class 3 black. I just think this year the MVP was Vlad Jr. Our relic is Frank Thomas, 39 out of 50. And autos, base autos. Todd Hundley for the Dodgers. That's something you're so well. Huh? Yeah. Lewin Diaz for the Marlins. Jose Garcia for the Reds. Dane Dunning for the Texas Rangers. Dontrell Willis for the Marlins. Bubich for the Kansas City Royals. Tucker Davidson for the Braves. Sixto Sanchez for the Miami Marlins. Luis Garcia. Is this the same one? Maybe I'm wrong. For the Washington Nationals. Andres Jimenez for the Cleveland Indians. Oh, there it is. Luis Garcia for the Washington Nationals. Jose Garcia again for the Reds. And then very nice Dylan Carlson. David, I agree with that 100%. I think you are 100% correct. He is, when he becomes a free agent, oh man, Dontrell Willis out of 75 was our numbered card, so we got Dontrell 2 ways. That's nice for the Miami Marlins. Too bad. I would have loved to seen how his career turned out if he didn't go off the rail. Tariq Skubal out of 50 for the Detroit Tigers. He looks like he's going to be pretty good. Cal Ripken Jr. has no number, but everyone has said he's /25. Honestly, if you gave me a choice between Soto and Vlad, I would take Soto. Today, if you ask me right now which one would I take, I would take Soto. That's a really very pretty Cal Ripken Jr. card. Gold auto. I mean, that is just... Oh, that's an Auric. Auric. Is that how you say that? Auric? I don't know how you say that. A-U-R-I-C. It should be, I would think it's pronounced Auric. I don't know. Who knows? And we have the framed dual auto of Mike Schmidt and Bryce Harper. I'm taking Soto still. And that has nothing to do with Acuna's greatness, because he is great. Or Vladdy's, well, we'll see. It remains to be seen whether or not he's great. But I still think I would take Soto. Today. Right now. Because Acuna's hurt. He sucks. He may never come back. I'm kidding. I would take Soto in all seriousness, but there's no denying that Acuna is an absolute monster. And he's such a happy player too. He's such a happy player. You know, there's nothing, there isn't anything not to like about Ronald Acuna Jr. I mean, nothing. He's always got a smile on his face. He plays hard all the time. That's why I like Tatis. Tatis always has a smile on his face. He's always playing hard. You know, he's just always hurt. There's so many guys in the league. You're right. Lots of exciting young players in baseball that are just, they all seem to be good guys, you know? They all seem to be good guys. But there you go. Don Russ Optic tomorrow, guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate it as always. Yeah, Acuna and Albies. Albies is just never going to get the love he should get. And, you know, but you have Acuna on your team. What are you going to do? Don Russ Optic tomorrow will have pricing before the first break. And we'll do a couple of cases of that tomorrow. Get a couple of cases of that in. And then see what we play with the rest of the week. So thank you guys as always. Great conversation as always. Appreciate it. Appreciate you guys coming in to chat. It's always more fun when we talk. So you guys have a great rest of your night, and I will see you tomorrow.